So I thought I would do another video. I'm hoping it's not too loud. The engine's running. Oh look, I just got my hair dyed. So it's back to that black violet color. All the grays are gone. It needs a treatment. Like, it hasn't been very healthy lately, which is why I didn't try to go lighter. Oh, there's my unicorn. It healed up. So, yes, I'm glad that the hair, I'm going to try to curl it and do a video in the next couple of days. I do work the next few nights. I unexpectedly got off tonight, which is awesome. And I'm trying to get new glasses because these are not cutting it anymore, this prescription. But I decided, after getting my hair colored, I didn't want to do nails today, so I decided to take myself to the movies. So I'm going to go see this new movie. I think it came out I think it officially comes out on the 8th. But you know how they show it the day before? So it's called Weapons, and it's a scary movie. So I promised to do a review of that. Hopefully I can curl my hair for that video. Let's see. My goal for my unexpected night off is to not overthink, how I'm spending my time. I slept a lot last night, and that was supposed to only be off last night, so this is extra. So I'm going to go see Weapons in 40 minutes, and then I'm going to go home. I have a spiritual class program that I belong to, and she has a bunch of extra classes, so I kind of just want to do a 12-minute meditation, and then also do one of her extra classes, and they're titled so interesting. It's a non-duality approach teaching, but there's a class on death and desire, talking about desire from the human perspective. I'm not talking about just romantic when I say that. Desire of any kind. If you desire to have a salad for lunch, you desire to buy a house, it could be any kind of desire. And talking about death. And also there's another one that's on money and abundance and understanding it from a deeper perspective. All the topics, they range all over the place. Human emotion. Sometimes I pick a class that actually makes me more frustrated, and it's not because her message is a problem, it's just my resistance. So I like to be very careful in the class I pick because I'll get annoyed, say for example, the money class is you just need to feel rich. It's okay, that's a manifestation thing, and there is truth to that, but it's hard to feel that way. Sometimes I think you need to shift your entire perspective because I do fine with money, but I have these fantasies sometimes of not having to work because I'm older. I've been working a long time. I'm in my 40s, and it gets old, and I'm grateful to be of service, but I have these fantasies where I'm can I just make ASMR videos and not have to worry about money, or can I just do volunteer work with animals and not have to worry about money, or even taking care of the psychiatric patients, but less, doing it as needed or part-time and not have to worry about the fact that we have to work for money. Does that make sense? And I think maybe it's just a middle-age thing, but there's been this big fantasy of coming into all this money and just not having to equate your work with your money, because anybody that has a good amount or has good control over it is because you work, or because your partner works, or because you both work, or whatever. And I've been having this fantasy where I'm I just want it to be there and I don't want to have to do anything for it. I'll do stuff, I'll be of service, don't get me wrong, but anyway, lately it's just been a thing. So if I hear a message that's kind of you can be semi-abundant and kind of almost have what you need if you can always perfectly feel abundant. That message just makes me angry because it's no, what? No, that's not at all what I want. I will say a little caveat after watching that show Sirens on Netflix, which is not really my kind of show. The ultra rich thing, it really does kind of put you in a different perspective of how not having any resources can show your true character, but having an overabundance and an absolute excess of resources can really show your character as well. Get it, right? But I've never been asking, to be that rich. I just like the idea of working part-time or less and doing my hobbies and just not thinking about money. Because I make this joke where I'm I go to work to serve the money gods, as does everyone. But it's not a lazy thing in the sense that I do want my days where I stay in my pajamas and binge watch shows, but I like being of service. I have no problem being of service. There's just something about this energy of the way it is now that just, I think I'm ready to retire from that. suck all the goodness out of today and the relaxation without overthinking it, without being like, well, I have to watch a video and I have to do this. Like, it's like forced fun. Forced fun is not fun, right? So I'm just rambling. I didn't have a plan. I'm just here getting ready to go to the movies, and I did my 5-minute subscribers to ASMR clips. I thought I would just add another video in for my channel. I'm trying to talk a little bit further away from the Yeti just because it has lately been doing that extra sound. I don't know. There's no fans on. The engine is running. That's it. It's been relatively silent around me considering. I mean, that one motorcycle went by in my other video. But then somebody parked right next to me, so that, whoops. But I am glad I got my hair back to the black violet. I really like it. I'm just hoping I can figure out the Tymo, the curler that I bought, because I bought it and I've only put curls in my hair one time. So I was really hoping that when I go to do the review of weapons, and I could throw in some reviews of some other shows I've watched for that video to be a little longer, then maybe I could throw some curls in since it's colored now. And then my tattoo has healed up. That's the unicorn. That's the unicorn my lovely friend did. I really like it. So I'm trying to think what else to talk about. I talked about the spiritual class. I talked about shows. I talked about going to the movies. I talked about my work schedule. I talked about how I get to be off tonight. And it is 4:44, which is an angel number, a good angel number, I might add. It's 4:44, and normally I would be like eating something and getting my clothes ready, and because I would get dressed at 6 for work. So I really just want to be grateful that even if I just heard something weird, even if I just fell asleep right now, 4:44, and woke up tomorrow, it still was worth. I am trying to mute it, but it is, wait, I'm hitting the wrong button, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why I thought I had it backwards. I was trying to hit these buttons. There was a siren, which you probably heard. So anyway, I don't know how this sounds because I don't know how loud the engine is today, and I don't know if me being a little further away is helping with the loudness that I'm not a big fan of. But I'm happy the Yeti is working, because for 2 days I couldn't even get the red light to turn on. I'm like, okay, are you broken? Is this the end of you? And also, I like the pink mic I have. It was probably like $40, and it has a little bit of like a shh sound sometimes, but it's a different sound. I actually think it can sound good, even though it's like not as sensitive. So I might do a video with that one as well. Let's see what else is going on. I have a little 2-night trip planned at the end of August for my daughter and I. She actually turns 20 in October. Oh my god, it's wild. She turns 20 in October. It's just wild. I mean, time does feel like a lot of time. It feels like a lot of time has gone by, but also, I just feel like it hits you out of nowhere. You're like, you really believe that you're never going to be like in a certain category. Like if you have a kid that's like 2, you're never gonna have a 20-year-old. You look at those people and you think, yeah, but that's because you're old. And then one day you're like, oh my god, my daughter's about to be 20. It does happen to all of us. Wow, But I only have the one daughter, and I'm glad we're just gonna go somewhere local, like only like a 2-hour drive, and then we're gonna stay 2 nights, and we're gonna do Swimply. I don't know if any of you guys have done Swimply, but do tell if you have. I love my comments and engagement, so please do. Swimply was on Shark Tank, and I remember nobody invested because they were worried about like liability, which I guess that is kind of a interesting factor. I think that when you book it, you're basically signing away your rights to sue the homeowner. And then the homeowners, most of them have cameras on their pools, so they can see what kind of behavior is going. Like if you claim that something happened. But I have not had an issue, and I've gone to like 4 different ones on the East Coast. And then when I went out to Hawaii in last September with my empty nest trip with my friends, I was so excited because I thought, we're on the Big Island. What are the chances that there's any Swimply out here on the chance. I really thought the chances were 0. I really thought the chances were 0. And there was two households had pools on Wembley in Kona, like the Kona region of the Big Island. So the one we picked was amazing. I mean, it was just amazing. They had this really fancy in-ground pool that had turtles painted on the bottom of the pool, and they had different fruit growing on their trees in the yard. It was like a little mini jungle, and it was right in Kona, so it was only like 20 minutes from where we were staying, and like 5 or 6 minutes from the beach that we were going to. And you know, you can't, in my opinion, you can't swim in the ocean like that. I mean, I think I'm a pretty good swimmer. I always have been. It's one of the, I don't have a lot of athletic things, but I was a lifeguard for the School for the Blind years ago when I went to Jamaica, and there were like no waves. My husband and I at the time, this is back when I was married, blah, long time ago, but we swam together like out to where you can't swim anymore. And then when I was younger, I did the same thing, and then the only relationship I really had after my divorce, him and I went swimming in Florida. So I've always thought I was equipped for that, but I think the ocean is risky, and I think a lot of people overestimate their abilities, because it's not so much about being athletic or a strong swimmer. It's, you know, how well do you surrender and how well do you react under pressure, and if you get pulled, are you going to panic? So that beach we were at had a lot of warnings about the current and a lot of warnings about the rough shore break, and I went into the water to give my teacher relay that the historical ghost tour lady had given me. She had said that there's like folklore tradition that if you return the tea relay to the ocean, that the ocean will bring you back to the islands. So, you know, I was like, I'm all about like tradition and ritual. That's what she said, ritual. You can also dedicate it to someone that's passed on, which I kind of did both. But it was right after his auntie had died. It was only a few months, so I dedicated it to her, my sweet girl. So I had a hard time though. I felt like it was just pulling me by my hips, and I'm like, I don't want to be that story, that, you know, idiot tourist that has to be rescued. So we wanted to swim in safety, and the rates to do that at a resort, like a day rate, they do exist, but you're gonna get so sunburned because you're not gonna have anywhere to hide from the sun, you know, and you're not gonna want to leave early because you paid a good amount. So I thought, man, there's 3 of us. If there's swim play, even if it's $80 an hour, we're gonna split it. It'll be totally worth it. But it wasn't. I want to say it might have been like a $40 an hour, and we did like 3 hours. And then we had so much fun that we booked his place another day. So we went twice. We went twice while we were there on the Big Island. So that was awesome. We gave him great reviews. He sent us off with some fruit as well. That was really fun, and he had like a Bluetooth speaker, so I played like my music playlist, and I drove my 2 friends, the other nurses I went with, I drove them crazy with my playlist, because it's wild, you know. I got like a 1970s song called Burning Bridges, and then it'll go into 90s rap, and it'll go back into like some pop love songs. I mean, it is all over the place. So anyway, yeah, ultimately, anybody that's going to Hawaii, please take me. I would like to go back. I even started looking up some travel nurse jobs. There was one on, I think you say Kauai. I keep wanting to add an extra syllable, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. In psych, which is rare. In Hawaii, it's rare to find a psych nurse job. But you have to get your own separate license. It's not a compact state, so I like my current job, so I'm obviously not going anywhere right now. But I've always thought if I did a travel nurse job, I would like to go to Alaska or Hawaii, because I've been there, been to both. They're very different. I want to go somewhere different. I would consider Montana, but I don't want to work at the state hospital. That seems a bit risky. Anyway, I'm all over the place with the topics today. I have part of that whole like money fantasy thing has been tied to travel. I've been just wanting to like, you know, have a job where I literally just go travel everywhere I want to go, and I'll just write about it. I'll just blog about it, and you can pay me lots of money, and I'll make ASMR videos, and no more clocking in, clocking out. I mean, some variation of that, and I include salary jobs in that statement. especially a